to the event? It appears she's gone, but I think we'll just keep going and see if she comes back. Your major of Fire Protection Sciences is located within the School of Law Enforcement and Justice Administration, which is located in the College of Education and Human Services. So the reason I say that is because sometimes our majors don't exactly align with some of the department or college information, but all of these people will be sending information to you. So just so that you're aware. Today, you're going to take another step on your path to graduation as you transition from your first year advisor to your major advisor. And before we get started, I just want to mention a couple of things. First of all, you have been added to a Western Online course that is entitled Your Path to Graduation. And that Western Online course has lots of valuable information. It has information about the program. It has information about internships, degree plan information, lots of different things. So if you haven't had a chance, I would encourage you to take a look at that Western Online course. And then the second thing is I just wanted to share with you kind of the plan for today. So we're going to start out with introducing you with some important people for your academic success. And those people are going to share with you, information about the program as well as some hints for success. And then at the end, we'll give you an opportunity to ask questions. But certainly, I think everybody would be fine if you have a question. You can stick it in the chat box or go ahead and ask it as you have it rather than waiting until the end. So to get us started, I'm first going to welcome Michelle Yeager, your first year advisor, to say a few things.
Hi there. It's good to see you. One of the exciting parts of this program today is to recognize and celebrate milestones. Some days it's going to feel like your graduation is very far out in the future. And so I think it's very important that we stop and we celebrate the accomplishments that you've had already. And so congratulations, your first year advising year is finishing up. As you know, I have been a huge supporter of the Fire Medic program, and I will continue to be a big supporter of it because I think it allows you to just launch a career in easier and better. And I also do believe that you will be a better student from having this enriched experience this semester. So you know how excited I am about it. And I've asked you to come back and tell me all about it when you get done because I am very excited about it. So with that, Kyra, I'm just here to tell you congratulations. And we're very excited that you're here. And I know you've had lots of questions for me in the past, so I hope you have lots of questions for all these good people who are going to take you and move you forward to your graduation.
Thanks, Michelle. Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to the fire science advisors, and there are 4 of them. You won't have to meet with all of them. You'll have one, but we just want to make sure that you're familiar with all of them. So first we have Stacy Dorset, then Monica Eskeridge, Kim Marino, and Phoebe Wilson. And we'll have Stacy start.
Kyra, can you refresh my memory? Wasn't it you that went with us to Quincy to do the day trip with the fire?
Yes.
Yeah, there she is. I took pictures of you, girlfriend. That was a lot of fun. Well, I'm Stacy Dorset. I'm an alumni of Western. You and I have chatted before. We've talked on email. You are at the Academy this semester, which is fantastic. I hope your practice at Practicum is going well. You and I will continue working together all the way through senior year. My philosophy of your education breaks down to this. This is your education. You need to make making decisions about your future, but it's my part of this as a job to help you work on your classes, work on building your resume with clubs and organizations, your volunteer activities, making those connections that you're going to need to help get a job upon graduation, in addition to certifications and things that you're going to get, especially with the academy work, which is fantastic. You're going to start getting into the paramedic classes this coming fall. So there's all these things are going to bundle together to get you to the thing that you are here for, the job and the future that you want for yourself. So You'll be getting a welcome email from me, although we've already chatted a couple times, but I'm sending a welcome email out to everybody on my part of the listserv. Feel free to grab an appointment for a time that you can work it in so we can start planning out your summer and fall classes, okay?
Okay.
Good to see you today.
You too.
And Stacy, for the purposes of others who we will be sharing this with, could you remind which letters you have of the alphabet?
Oh, absolutely. I advise for students whose last names start with A through F.
All right, thanks, Stacy. Monica.
Hi, welcome to the FIRE program. I'm Monica Eskridge, and I'm also an alumni of Western, and I've been here for 24 years. So obviously love it, big supporter, and just welcome you. Stacy, I'll take very good care of you, and we look forward to having you. And anyone else, for those also that might see this later, I advise for those that have the last names G through N.
Thanks, Monica. Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim Marino, and I'm the academic advisor at the Quad City campus. I have been advising for almost 22 years and also have 4 years experience in admissions. And I will do the fire science students that are online. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Kim. And Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe Wilson. You probably remember me. I went to the field trip to Quincy. So I was one that was with Stacy that day. So I am a double alum from Western, both have my master's and my undergraduate from Western. And I advise for alphabet O through Z.
Great, thanks, Phoebe. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over to Director Myers to talk a little bit about the program. And I imagine she'll also have you talk, although I'm sure you've already been talking to Professor Henning, but to talk a little bit more about the program and ways for you to be successful.
Hello, I was going to turn most of it over to Professor Henning because he is the most knowledgeable about this particular program. I do want to say welcome to the program. Again, at any point in time, if you have questions or concerns, or if you want more information about the internship, you can either contact me or Professor Schwartz, or if you have questions about maybe some aspects of the program or other courses on campus, you can talk to me about that. But I'd like to turn it over primarily to Joe so he can talk to you about not only the experience you're going to be having now, but the future in terms of how you're going to fit the paramedic courses and all of your major courses within your schedule in the time frame and the club. Go ahead, Joe.
All right. Hello, Kyra. Good to see you again. We've had the opportunity to share some classroom time last semester, so that's been great. You probably know a little bit about my background, but retired fire chief, 28 years. Came on full-time in July here at Western. And one of the things that I've been working with Dr. Myers on is trying to make sure that the degree program and the path that we set forth for the students, this is going to be one that absolutely prepares you to be a firefighter. At the end of the day, being a firefighter is a very hands-on experience. And we need to create as much of that hands-on opportunity as we can during your 4 years at Western. So my advice to you, and you've taken some of it already, so you've taken the appropriate steps, but what we like for our students to do first and foremost is once you get registered, we want you to get signed up for some of those basic classes like your 210 class right off the bat as soon as possible. So that we can prepare you to go through what we call the Firefighting Practicum, which you're signed up to take this spring. And the Firefighting Practicum is going to be your 6-week opportunity to live, breathe, and eat like a firefighter. I share with a lot of students that I talk to that, you know, the challenge of being a firefighter is when you step foot inside that firehouse for the first time for your first 24-hour shift, and you will live there for 24 hours at a time, you've got to learn how to work alongside of people maybe you wouldn't normally interact with. You also have to be able to hit the ground running and be prepared to do the job they've hired you to do. What the Western Illinois program, and more specifically the fire medic program, does for you is it gives you the skill sets to be successful right out the bat. Most students most people that want to be firefighters try to attempt to get hired with a high school diploma and not much else. And by graduating with a 4-year degree, most fire departments will give you bonus points for having a 4-year degree. They will give you bonus points for being a paramedic. They will give you bonus points for having been through a fire academy. Some fire departments, especially up in the Chicago area, won't even let you take out an application unless you've got a paramedic certification. So you're doing the right things. You're setting yourself up for success. So when you go to that 6-week experience at the Quincy Regional Training Facility, you're going to be working alongside career firefighters, and they're going to be showing you the ins and outs of not only what you need to do to prepare to take written tests, but what you need to do to be successful as a firefighter. Now, I get asked a lot of times from people, why do we offer the fire practicum in what we hope would be the freshman year for a student rather than the senior year? Because you're going to be learning a lot of hands-on skills, and you're going to have to be able to use those skills when you move into the workplace. My response to that is, it takes a special type of person to be a firefighter, and you need to know if you've got what it takes to be a firefighter. And I've had you in class. I think you do. I think you're on the right path. Okay, but our students need to know that. So by the end of your freshman year and upon completion of the firefighting practicum, you're going to know if you've been bitten by the firefighting bug. I'm going to guess you will be, and you're going to be able to pursue that moving forward. I'd much rather you know at the end of your freshman year what your career path is going to be rather than wait till your senior year and have to start over. So we're giving you that chance, and we're giving you that opportunity to jump in. Now, I see a question here that asks about bonus points. The bonus points, so in the hiring process, firefighter hiring is very competitive. In Illinois, fire departments have to give a recruit test once every 2 years. So there's basically one day every 2 years where you get to go and take a test and get onto a hiring list. And then you sit on that list until there's an opening. Not only how you perform on the written test, not only that places you on the list, but how you do in terms of the physical agility test and bonus points you bring to the table. So again, your degree, your paramedic certification, your fire academy, some of those are worth 2 points, some of those are worth 3 points. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're competing against people and the scores are separated by hundredths of a point, those are the things that are going to set you apart and give you the success factor you need to be a firefighter. That's awesome. You will also be competing with students that have come out of the military. Military students get a real high level of additional bonus points, and you need the way to be able to compete against them as well. So again, these various things that we're talking about, the things you're going to get in this program, we're going to set you up for success in the testing process. So the last part of the firefighting practicum, what you know is you're going to be getting what we call a pro board certification. That pro board certification is a nationally recognized certification. So they know you've been evaluated by an independent third party and that the skills that you're certified on, they know for a fact you know how to do them. We had 10 students in the academy last year. All 10 students passed their pro board skill certification 100% with no problem. So we know that we're preparing you for the job of being a firefighter. So that's a great thing. You should also be, hopefully, you're in your EMT class right now. If you're not, hopefully that's going to be on tap for you soon. Obviously, to get through the paramedic program, you have to first be certified as an EMT basic. That certification, again, that's a semester-long class, but it's a national registry certification, which means, once again, you have reciprocity all throughout the country. So you can get your EMT certification and you can go to work. We even have students at Western who get their EMT certification and work a part-time job on an ambulance to make some money to help pay their way through college. So a semester-long course in EMT can help pay for that collegiate education as you're doing it right now. So that's certainly going to be beneficial as well. The biggest lift, if you will, in the firefighting program is the paramedic course. That's going to be a 5-semester course, and it's going to require you to be very hands-on. I don't know how much you know about what it is to be a paramedic, but paramedics not only go through a substantial amount of coursework, there's a lot of practical experience you have to have. You're going to put in over 500 hours of in-person hands-on training, whether it's riding on an ambulance. When I went through my paramedic certification, I did a rotation in surgery. I got to intubate people, which is putting tubes down their throats. I got to help deliver babies, do all that kind of stuff. That's what paramedics do. And we kind of say this jokingly, but it's truthful. The paramedic is basically the hospital in the field. It used to be we would show up in a station wagon, throw you in the back and get you to the hospital as quick as we could. Now, a paramedic literally can perform all the life-saving interventions that doctors do in the emergency room. So we get that early jump and we increase the survivability rate for victims in those cases. You're going to have the ability to do that. So it's certainly my hope that in your degree program, as you move through the 4 years, you do have the chance to do all those things, graduate those certifications. And again, you're ready to hit the ground running when you graduate. I will close with this part by saying, and I've been talking to a lot of parents, prospective students. What I do know is this, it's very competitive to get on a fire department. Again, you have to take a test and you have to wait for an opening. it's not terribly hard to get a job as a paramedic. There's a shortage of paramedics. Everywhere you go, medics are needed. You will walk out the door from Western able to walk right into a job and start making money. And that's important because you're going to be working towards wanting to be a firefighter medic. You got to be able to pay the bills in the meantime. So this is going to give you a chance to do that as well. So all these are great things. The one thing I want to mention that's not part of the degree program, but I think helps solidify your firefighting experience is Omega Gamma Phi, which is our professional firefighting fraternity on campus. You have the chance to do that hands-on practicum in year one. There's not a lot of hands-on firefighting stuff as you move forward. It's mostly EMS, and you need to stay proficient in those skills. So the Omega Gamma Phi fraternity gives you the opportunity to continue to hone those skills, practice those skills, stay fresh. We just had a meeting last night and we worked on one of the most exciting things you'll ever do as a firefighter, and that's knot tying. So these are the things that we do that firefighters have to know how to do. So I don't believe you're in the frat right now. So maybe after you finish the practicum, you can look at joining us, and that'll give you a chance to keep those skills sharp as we move forward. But certainly I think you've chosen a great career path that's going to be extremely rewarding, and a career path that's going to find you the ability to find good employment quickly and something that's going to serve you well for the rest of your life. So with that said, do you have any questions for me? No? Kyra's a young lady, a few words, but I find that she's an awesome student. So we look forward to you being at the Academy. As it stands right now, Kyra, I think you're going to be the only female student there. So you're going to have to hang, and I know you can. So show them what it takes to be a firefighter. So,
Kyra, you mind if I share this? There she is.
Yep, absolutely. There you go. Kyra, let me ask you this. Did you have fun at that experience?
Yes, I really did.
So the key to that experience for the other folks that maybe aren't familiar with it, we do what we call an experience at the Quincy Regional Training Facility. If you go into the Western online course that we have, your path to success, we have the flyer for next year already set. The date's already been set. We're going to use that and encourage anybody that talks to you about wanting to come to Western who's not been through the practicum yet. We want to encourage them to be a part of that day. That's the chance for them to come down, put on the gear. As Kyra could tell you, you get to cut up a car, you get to crawl into a burning room, you get to be lowered off the side of a 4-story building on a rope. You do all the cool stuff. And that's the way we get people really interested in the firefighting career. And what I like about this particular program, it's free of charge. The students spend a day learning about what the academy experience is going to be like. And I find that most students that show up are hooked at that point, and they're going to come back and join us for a 6-week experience. So. Any other questions, Kyra? No? All right.
Great, thanks so much. Any other comments from our advisors or Jill?
I would actually like to throw out the scholarship information if I could, please, again,
Absolutely.
if that's all right. We encourage the students to start planning ahead to get their scholarship applications ready to go. If you go to the scholarship website, Jill, I'm going to ask you to put this in the chat, if you would, please. There is the Visit Scholarship Portal link here. What you'll do is go in, log in as, well, come on if it works. Click the sign in button, log in using your e-com username and password. You will file one scholarship application. Be wordy. It'll ask you a lot of questions. Talk yourself up, make yourself look fabulous. It will go out to every scholarship the university has that you qualify for. And so you may find you get information from geography or, whatever. I'm just going to randomly pick something here. But it will apply that scholarship application to all of the scholarships university-wide, and you may very well qualify for quite a few. We have a deadline of March 15th for the scholarships. And after that, the scholarship committees start meeting and starting choosing who the recipients, I almost said that wrong, who the recipients are going to be. And it could be anywhere from $200 to $1,000. And I know we do have 3, or we did, I have to check. We have 3 fire scholarships available for this coming, and it applies to the fall semester. So please do take some time, fill out applications. It may be some free money for you.
Free money is always good. All right. Well, if you don't have any other questions, Kyra, I want to thank you for coming today. Before we close, I just want to introduce you to one other person, and that's Jill Bisbee. She's up in the top corner of my screen. I don't know where she is on your screen, but she is our retention, a recruitment, retention, and student success officer, and she's another great resource for you here on campus. She's going to put in, or she already did, she beat me to it, another link to a student resource website. Again, this will just give you information that you might find useful. It talks about some different programs that we have occurring this semester. So I encourage you to take a look at that. And we thank you so much for coming today and hope you have a great rest of your day and continue on to that path for success.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks for coming, Kyra.
Thank you.